Your doctor told you your blood sugar is under control. Your A1C looks okay. Your medication is working. So why are your feet still tingling? Why is burning getting worse, not better? I hear this every single week, and here's what nobody is telling you. Blood sugar does not have to be out of control to destroy your nerves. It could be doing damage right now, even when your lab numbers look fine. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how that happens, step by step, in plain language, and more importantly, I'm going to give you your prescription. 3 specific things you can start doing this week to stop the damage and give your nerves a real chance to heal. I want you to think about something simple: sugar and heat. When you put sugar in a pan on the stove, what happens? It turns brown. It gets thick, sticky. It caramelizes. Now here's where it gets interesting. The exact same thing happens inside your body. When blood sugar stays too high for too long, the sugar in your bloodstream starts to stick to the nerve fibers, like caramel coating a wire. When a nerve gets coated like that, it can't do its job anymore. It can't send signals to your feet. It can't feel temperature the right way. It starts firing random signals on its own. That random firing, that's where the tingling comes from. The burning, the numbness. It's your nerves telling you the signal is getting scrambled. Now, here's the part that surprises most people. This process does not start when you are diabetic. It starts when your blood sugar is elevated, even slightly, on a regular basis. Think about that for a second. If your blood sugar goes up every day after meals, that caramelizing process is happening every single day, a little at a time, quietly, and it happens in stages. I want to walk you through 4 stages of blood sugar nerve damage. This is your roadmap. I want you to listen carefully because I'm going to ask you 3 questions at the end of this section. Stage 1 is the silent stage. Your nerves are being coated, but you don't feel it yet. No symptoms, nothing obvious. If you've been told your blood sugar is borderline or that you're pre-diabetic, this is likely where it started. Most people have no idea they are in stage 1 until they move into stage 2. Stage 2 is when your nerves start talking to you. Maybe you notice tingling in your toes after sitting for a while. Maybe your feet feel slightly numb first thing in the morning. Some people feel a light burning at night, just enough to notice, not enough to be alarmed. Sound familiar? If you felt something recognizable just now, you are very likely in stage 2. And here's the good news. Stage 2 is where reversal is most possible. You haven't lost the window. Stage 3 is when symptoms don't go away on their own. Tingling is there most of the day. Numbness doesn't clear up after a few minutes. Walking on certain surfaces feels strange, like you're walking on a sponge or gravel. Balance starts to feel less steady. You might reach for walls or counters more than you used to. Many people in stage 3 are on medication, but here's the important thing. That medication is managing the pain. It is not stopping the damage. Stage 4 is where significant nerve damage has already happened. There may be complete numbness in the feet. Risk of falls go up. Some people can't feel injuries to their feet like blisters or sores, but here is what I need you to hear. Even at stage 4, the goal isn't just managing symptoms. The goal is stopping the damage from going further, and that is always possible. Here's your self-check. 3 honest questions. First question, do you feel tingling, burning, or numbness in your feet, especially at night? Question 2, has your doctor used the word pre-diabetic, borderline, or elevated A1C in the past 2 years? Question 3, have you noticed changes in your balance, reaching for walls, feeling unsteady or uneven ground, walking down the stairs, grabbing the railing like you never did before? If you said yes to 1, you're likely stage 1 or stage 2. If you said yes to 2 or 3, you are likely stage 2 or stage 3. Either way, your prescription is the same. Let's talk about it. 3 things. Each one targets a different part of the damage process. Write these down or rewatch this. Part 1 is about when you eat, not just what you eat. Here is a fact most people don't know. Your blood sugar spikes the highest in the 30 to 90 minutes right after a meal. That's when the caramelizing hits hardest. If you eat a meal and then sit down for 2 hours, you're giving that blood sugar spike full access to your nerves. But if you simply move in that window, even gently, you give your muscles a chance to pull that sugar out of the blood, to use it as fuel, instead of letting it coat your nerves. Here's what I want you to do. After your next meal, wait 10 minutes, then do something. Walk to the end of the driveway and back. March in place in your kitchen for 2 minutes. Do 5 gentle calf raises holding onto the counter. That one habit, movement after meals, can reduce your post-meal blood sugar spike by 20 to 30%. That's not me, that's the research. Your nerves get less exposure, less caramelization, less damage. That's part 1. 2, we're going to build on that. We have strong evidence, I covered this in a recent video, that a 15-minute walk after dinner can lower your blood sugar by up to 30%. Not a fast walk, not a gym workout, a slow, easy after-dinner walk or stroll. I know what some of you are thinking right now. Dr. Fetterman, walking is painful. My feet hurt. I hear you. That's exactly why I say this. You don't have to go far. Even a seated leg march at the dinner table for 5 minutes help. Even standing up and shifting your weight side to side for 3 minutes helps. The goal is motion after food. Every meal. Think of it like this. Movement is part of the meal, like dessert, but instead of adding damage, it's removing it. That's part 2. Part 3 is about one specific nutrient your nerves need right now. I want to introduce you to something called Benotamine. It's a special form of vitamin B1, but it's not the regular B1 from your grocery store. This version is fat soluble. That means it gets inside the nerve cell, not just into the bloodstream. Regular B1 can't do that. Research shows it helps block one of the main pathways that blood sugar uses to damage nerve tissue. Think of it as a shield. The caramel can't stick as easily. The amount studied in the research is typically 150 to 300 milligrams per day taken with a meal. Now, I'm not telling you to go buy something today. I'm telling you to bring this up with your doctor. Ask specifically about Benotamine. Show them this video if it helps. Your nerves need specific building materials to heal. This is one of the most well-supported ones in the research. That's part 3. Let's talk about what you should expect. Because I want you to be realistic and encouraging. Because I want you to have a realistic and encouraging picture. You are not going to wake up in 2 weeks with perfect nerve function. That's not how it works. But here's what I've seen and what the research also supports. In the first 30 days, if you're consistent with these 3 things, many people notice a change. Less burning at night. Sleep improves a little. Feet feel slightly more normal in the morning. Small shifts, but real ones. By 60 days, tingling often becomes less frequent. Some people notice they're steadier on their feet. The caramelizing process is slowing down. New damage is being reduced. By 90 days, for people, especially in stage 1 and 2, real nerve improvement becomes possible. Sensation in parts of the foot that felt numb may start to return. Not completely, but noticeably. This is the journey. It's not a miracle. It's science. It's your body doing what it was designed to do when you give it the right conditions. Your nerves are talking to you. Now you have to answer. If this felt like a revelation today, I want you to do the 3 things. First, try the after meal movement. Do it today. After lunch, just 5 minutes. That is your first dose of this prescription. Second, if you haven't seen my video on foods that are secretly working against your nerves, watch that next. I'll link it right here. Everything we talked about today connects directly to what you eat, and that video will complete the picture. Third, if this channel gave you something you didn't know before today, please subscribe. Every week, I give you another piece of your nerve health prescription. No scare tactics, no fluff, just science you can actually use. This is your prescription, and your healing starts now. I'm Dr. Andrew Fetterman. Please like and subscribe to the channel for more natural health hacks to get your nerve pain under control. I'll see you in the next one.